Welcome to both Rachel and Lizzie, who are members of our Get Yourself Active sounding board. Really good to talk to you today. And as you both know, it's co-production week. So I've invited you both to talk about your experiences of being involved in co-production with Disability Rights UK, because we really want to share why working in the co-production approach works best for everyone involved. My first question I'm going to ask you both is, what sort of co-production activities have you been involved in?
I've been involved in helping to create an evaluative framework to assess the impact of sport and how we can encourage more disabled people to get into sport. And I found it really interesting because I understand from my psychology background, I used to study psychology at university, how important it is to get the data to prove all of the hard work that DRUK is actually doing. So it's been really insightful to be part of that group and offer my perspective and my ideas, both from my academic background and from my lived experience of acquiring a disability and how I've experienced getting back into sport myself.
I am involved alongside Lizzie in the Get Yourself Active campaign, and what I've appreciated is the diversity of the people with lived experience who are co-producing it. We all come from very different backgrounds and we have different disabilities. Mine is a mental health disability, so I have completely different problems in getting myself active than maybe perhaps somebody with a physical disability. But this group has allowed us all to have our own voice and recognise us as individuals with individual needs.
What have been the benefits of getting involved in co-production?
7 years ago, and I lost my eyesight, I was very timid, very scared to enter the workplace, didn't feel very heard. And being part of this co-production group really let me find my voice in a really comfortable setting, and I felt really valued, and my opinion felt like people really cared about my contribution. It really introduced me back into these professional settings where I felt like I could be part of it and actually my ideas could be heard.
I always thought, because I have hidden disabilities and more mental health, I always felt that I didn't deserve really to be in this space, when there was people like yourself with sight loss, and people who are much less physically active than myself. So I felt quite uncomfortable, really, and a bit of a fraud. But the group has made me feel valued. And also, more importantly, I lost my job as a teacher through ill mental health and felt as though I didn't really have much worth in life. And this has given me that value again on my life, that I do have purpose. I am a professional. So it's done an awful amount for my self-confidence too, and my self-esteem.
Why do you think more organisations should work in this way?
I think because co-production allows such a diverse group of people to come together from all different aspects of life. So you've got people with lived experience up to professionals. And as a person with lived experience and a volunteer, I've found it really interesting to engage with the professionals, and I've learnt a lot from it myself. But I feel like I've also been able to offer a different perspective. For example, I was part of a physical messaging study where they were looking at transforming messaging of getting into physical activity for disabled people to make it more appealing. And I was able to offer my perspective from someone who's visually impaired. And also I was able to offer other ideas such as timing of the study. For example, we've got the Paralympics this year. So I said it might be hard to directly see the impact of a study in a Paralympic year where people may get more involved in sport anyway. So I was able to offer different ideas that people who were designing the study might not necessarily have thought of, since they aren't exposed to these kind of things themselves.
I think businesses and organisations that are genuinely using co-production recognise people with lived experience and use our comments, use our experience to produce the final outcome. So it's actually changing policy. It is affecting policy in a positive way and involving us right from the start, as not just in a tokenistic way. So with disability rights, we were involved right from the start, and we feel that, yeah, we are positively having an effect on the outcome of this. I think that the professionals that who are using co-production, they are learning themselves, they're changing their opinions and changing the way they produce policies.
Mm.
So the final effect is it's tangible. This brings economic benefits, social benefits all round, because there's no point in them producing a policy which is then not going to work, and they're going to have to then go back to the drawing board and come up with another policy. Let's use co-production and get it right from the start.
Thank you both for being so open and honest as well with talking about your experiences of being involved. And hopefully people watching this will, they'll be able to see the real true benefits of co-production and, why more organizations should be working in this way.